This is the realistic night of a stripper.
Go
Like,
Bears.
not on a good night. It's a Saturday. It's 12:50. So this is the realistic night of a stripper. I made $70 so far on a Saturday.
Hold on.
How's your night going?
Can you send me some money?
How much?
Like, bruh. If you dance, you understand. You know it's slow when you're in the back on the phone trying to convince one of your customers to come in and spend money on you, even though the club is finna close in a few hours. Okay, so it's the end of the night. I'm dressed back up, and this is like 300, I think. So yeah.
I spend a lot of time on this account glorifying my job and talking about how much I love being a dancer, and don't get me wrong, I really do love my job. There's so many pros to being in this industry, but I thought I would make a video kind of pointing out some of the cons because I, in no way, shape, or form, want these young people to look up to me that follow me on this account and think that it's all sunshine and rainbows over here. Number one, which is also a pro, but in a lot of ways can be a con, is the money. The money in this industry is extremely inconsistent. You never know what you're gonna make day to day, week to week, month to month, or even yearly. And so that can be really hard for a lot of people to budget or fall back onto. It can also be extremely addicting when you do make a lot of money. So you keep going back and you keep tiring yourself out, and then you realize you're not making the same that you were before. There's been times when I've made thousands of dollars in one night, and then the next night I literally make $0. And so that inconsistency can be really, really hard for a lot of people. Con number two, which I think needs to be talked about the most when people are discussing this industry, is getting lost in the sauce. Lost in the sauce can refer to a lot of things, but what I'm speaking about specifically here is when people start drinking a lot or doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing, and they start doing it more and more to a point where they become lost in the sauce. I see this happen a lot in this industry. I don't think it's talked about enough, but what it comes down to is this industry takes a really big toll on your mental health. Con number three is another really big one, and that is the effect that this industry can have on all of your relationships. I was lucky enough to have a family that's really supportive of me no matter what I do, so I didn't really lose any familial ties. However, I have lost best friends and serious relationships to this industry, and people that I thought were going to be bridesmaids at my wedding, godparents to my children, you know, the list goes on and on. I've lost because of being in this industry. Con number four ties in with con number three, and that is the relationships that you end up building in this industry. I've witnessed firsthand a lot of relationships that I've built in this industry be completely tied up in money, in competition, in where you work. So many things affect how you're building relationships while you're in this industry and when you're making friends with people also in this industry. And the fifth con for today, which is another really, really big one, is hate. Whether it's external hate that you receive from the world around you or internal hate that you start to develop toward your job, toward yourself, towards a lot of things, it's a really big deal. It is extremely common for SWs to receive hate comments on videos they post, pictures they post. There's Reddit threads that are just filled with hate toward this industry. One of people's biggest insults toward me is using my job against me as if I haven't made it public information. Then there's the factor of internal hate that comes from within, and for every person it's different, but for me personally, I've experienced a ton of body dysmorphia. I have put myself in competition with people who work more, who make more, and it really messes with your mental health. So basically, it's not all sunshine and rainbows over here. I know I post a lot of pros and all the good things that dancing has done for me, but I am not naive to the fact, and neither is almost every other person in this industry, that there is bad things also.
What's going down, Jay Mig? Time you back and get another presentation in the video, man. See, I told y'all, man. Oh yeah, shout out Black Pill Daniels. I told y'all. Strip clubs and all the clubs, they going out of business. We hold this, bitch. We hold the cars to your hustle. If men not paying for it no more, what you think them hoes gonna do? They broke. Them clubs are going out of business. They gotta make a certain revenue, a certain pocket. If they're not making that revenue, that to keep them lights on, that motherfucker, or they going out of business. See, some guy at work. I used to work at retail. I'm not gonna say his name. And he told me, he started bragging to me. Oh, you can't handle a black woman. You can't make them come and all that bullshit. This is all type of shit. And they gonna tell me, oh, strippers make more money than you. And I said, no, the fuck they don't. That money not consistent. So he said, let's say you might get 1,000 one night. Next night you might get about $40, $50. That's it. So like I said, that money's not really consistent. Like Amazon, like consistent paycheck. It's more inconsistent than anything. But like I told y'all, when they can't make that hustle just dry up. Now they got to get in a relationship. They got to go sell pussy. They got to do something to make that income. They ain't making no fucking income shaking ass in the club. Shit. You probably got women that did that shit for 10 years, still ain't at 100,000 yet. I told y'all once again before, man, we hold the cards to this shit. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see more and more homeless women. You're going to see it.